Hi, I'm Lynn Woodell, and I work for the University of Idaho as an extension support scientist for the potato program. And I'm located at the Kimberly R&E Center, which kind of is south central Idaho. And we've been looking at zebra chip. We're relatively new to the disease. We hadn't seen any symptoms really prior to the harvest of 2011. And we noticed some suspicious looking tubers as we were evaluating that harvest. So and it wasn't really that significant that first year. We weren't really sure how significant it was going to be, but we intensified our research on it just to make sure we knew what we could expect or anything we could find on it, just in case it did come back the next year. We weren't really sure if it would or not, but we prepared for it as far as thought of how we could look for it, make sure we had some monitoring out there, which we worked on. I think we were surprised how early it did come. My focus is with the potato program. We work in conjunction with the entomologist who looks at the psyllids and monitoring theirs, and as soon as we saw that there were psyllids in Idaho, we began looking for suspicious plants that showed the foliar symptoms, and then would dig those plants and see if there was a disease in the tuber, and that's kind of where our emphasis then took over, looking more at the disease rather than the psyllids.
Okay.
We have a storage facility building. There's only a few in the United States where we have 9 individual bins that are kind of like mini storages that we can keep at different temperatures and different environments. So storage is a very major part of our program. We also have a field program as well. But when we found some suspicious looking plants in our area, our general area, from the entomologist's sentinel plots, we would dig those and bring them in, and we would evaluate them, see how severe the disease was, what the incidence and severity of it is. And as we saw that, yes, this is something that was going to be in Kimberly this year, there would be some fields affected, we started thinking about the second part. What happens if the disease is there? What happens when you put it into storage? So that will be our major focus from now on. We have brought some in that we harvested, and we put them at different storage temperatures. And then monthly we will evaluate tubers and see if it is going to increase or does it stay the same, or just try to answer some of the questions we have until we know more about it. We haven't had it very long, so we still have a lot of questions to answer. Is this going to act like it has in Texas? We don't think so, but will it? Does it act like what they found in Washington? It seems like we might be a little different there. It's not always acting the same way in every state. So we have a lot of questions and a lot of possibilities. So right now we're just kind of learning, and as we learn something, then we may go on to a little different direction in the research. But basically my research will be what happens in storage this year.